possible to win this round. Still though, a second, and it's enough. Audio with a Red Bull clutch. Oh my god.
Joking.
When I come through, I'm the only one they'll talk to. Gonna heat it up, I'm bulletproof.
Last line of defense for the A side on the post plan. VALORANT on the flank. Frazzle comes in for the trip kill.
But that's too damn.
One enemy remains.
I'm the star of this show. Now you know.
Kara needs to go for a save. There's that first one tap. Oh, what a flank there!
But that's too damn bad.
Lacey goes down, hearing the footsteps now. The first, the second, and the third.
Get used to it.
You're just making it look so easy, just like apple pie.
It's gonna have to be an ace to pull it off with 3 bullets left.
Oh my.
Hello everyone and welcome back to VALORANT Game Changers NA Series 3 presented by Verizon. We're halfway through our qualifiers and it has been so exciting so far to see all the teams stepping up to show us what they have in our last VALORANT Game Changers event of this year. My name is Sierra Dawn. I'll be hosting today, and with me on the desk, I got two of my favorite people. I have Riv, I have Gompers here. Gompers, hello. How you been enjoying the Game Changers action so far?
It's been awesome. I feel like I've been waiting forever to like just watch Game Changers. I mean, it's been quite some time. There has been like, you know, obviously Neon Dream, other events as well, like alongside, but I don't know. I feel like I finally got like my piece in the world. So I'm feeling good.
I feel like what we've gotten to see on the broadcast though, Riv, has been anything but peace because boy, the competition has been stiff coming out into this last event because for a lot of teams, winning is that only option to get to Brazil, and they're out to prove something.
There are a lot of hungry teams now that Game Changers has been going for some time. That we've seen teams go to close qualifiers, sometimes drop out a little early and get a little further after that. There's definitely a lot of lineage now to Game Changers, and the teams here are not messing around anymore. And we're seeing even some of the new teams start to come up, but they're filing out. We still have our Disguised, we still have our Evil Geniuses, Shopify Rebellions, FlyQuest, so it's going to be tough to get through that wall of competition, but I'm here for it.
It's definitely exciting, especially at this point. We are in our double elimination bracket as teams are looking to be fighting their way forward to making it into the top 8 to be further fighting along. There's so many stacked matchups here, stacked teams. I mean, already you see V1 on a bracket and you know they're about to be going for a run. We're going to be focusing on Evil Geniuses and Misfits to be starting it out. This is a match that we could actually really easily expect to see way later in the competition. Gobbers, these teams are both amazing, so this should be a really fun way to start out our day.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't even expecting it to be this early on for these teams to really meet each other, especially with the performance that we've been seeing from Misfits. But last Game Changer series, they didn't necessarily have the best run for Misfits. I mean, they couldn't even make it out of that close qualifier spot. So I feel like here, with the performance we've been seeing lately, this is Misfits' time to prove that they can be better than EG.
Make sure to be following those alternate streams as well, because a lot of great matchups on there. I'm for version 1, the qualifying match. I mean, Disguise going up against Supernova Galaxy. That should be really fun. We obviously know Disguise is really good. Supernova Galaxy, they've been really fun to be watching this event. So a lot of really good matches once we get to this point of the competition, but narrowing in a little bit more on our Evil Geniuses and Misfits. Let's talk about this Misfits squad first, because Misfits, when we look at any Game Changers, any competition, I feel like they're like this dark horse, but in the best sort of way, because the talent here is always good. You could always look for a run coming out from them, Riv.
And a double Panday as well. I think we missed, who do we have there? Carly, Slandy, Tasty, Panday, and Edith. But yeah, Panday from teams like Ariana Grande, Perfume. Edith we saw recently kind of crushing. Slow in the first game on their Haven, but it came back to be the raise that the squad needed. Misfits is here to crush. They just come out of Neon Dream, swinging absolute haymakers at everybody. So it shouldn't look too tough for them on paper here, but they got to play up the par.
I think for Misfits too, with the addition of, I believe it's Panday and Tasty, we've been seeing like a drastic change ever since that last Game Changer series. And I do feel like the assistance that Panday and Tasty are kind of adding to this roster has been tremendous. Edith has been looking way better playing on that duelist role as well. So I definitely feel like the synergy is really kind of combining itself there. And I don't know, for me personally, I would say that I'm looking for like a really good game out of Misfits.
Misfits, regardless of anything else, they're always just so much fun to watch. So I'm really excited for this match. For anyone who might need to get a little bit more familiar with Misfits, well, we do have a little video so you can get reacquainted with the players.
Hi, my name is Slandy. I play controller for Misfits Black.
Hi, I'm Carly, and I'm the IGL for Misfits.
Carly is our IGL, obviously, and one of the probably strongest leaders in Game Changers. I think Carly is like by and far the best attack IGL I've ever worked with. And just like the things that she brings to the team in terms of just like her leadership qualities and her ability to IGL, like it all kind of accumulates in server as like a kind of like a beast of a teammate where like you're just confident in her and she just brings confidence to the whole team and you just are willing. I would follow her off a bridge.
I think she is a super reliable teammate. She kind of picked up controller after last GC, and she's been doing really well at it, and she's just an overall super reliable teammate. She always brings ideas and solutions, and I don't know, she's one of the best teammates I've ever had. So
Misfits have a tough task ahead of them.
They do, but right now I'm wondering where those weapons were that were dropped from the two Misfit players. Meanwhile, Edith comes away with a huge elimination. That's a 4K. Now looking to get the ace, and they do. Edith comes in big for the Misfits and gets our first ace.
Edith is my zoomer, or one of my zoomers. Edith, she's just like so mechanically talented. Eden has developed us so much as a player since I've been teammates with her. Is just constantly bringing ideas, constantly like the most like vocal person, like when in terms of like what I need, like what we're gonna do this round, like how I want to get us like a first blood in this round.
Edith is so insane. You can always count on Edith to literally get the frags that we need to clutch out rounds that are, you know, really needed in the moment. Super insane player.
Panday is one of the new additions of the team. I have loved having Panday on the team for the last, I don't even know how long it's been, like a month or so. The things that Panda can provide in terms of like, especially like anchoring our defense and making sure that like we have, again, like good ideas and we're having good like problem solving and staying active and all of these things like in server, as well as like just being a great, like funny, like caring teammate outside. One
of the best lurkers I've ever had a chance of playing with. The amount of impact that they brings to our team just by getting the timings and getting those lurks off, insane.
Tasty is the boss. Tasty has always been the boss, always will be the boss. We love Tasty. Again, Tasty joined around the same time as Panda, and those two know each other coming in, and kind of like the chemistry and synergy they brought, like the silliness and stuff like that, has really impacted our team in a, like a really positive way.
That's one taken. That's 1v3 as we find Panda as well. They're getting to have. She's trying to stop it. She might be able to do it.
I was in a similar like boat kind of last year, coming into GC3. Like we had a couple roster changes on the old roster. And like it's just kind of like one of those things when you come into these extra tournaments coming up to GC3 and you just look for momentum. Like you're looking to just like show what you've been building a little bit. Obviously don't show everything, but like just really get some momentum going into the event, like get some confidence under your belt, know that you can beat these other GC teams.
For everyone watching, I hope you have fun watching us. I think we've been, you know, putting in a lot of work, and I hope that like as underdogs, I think we're pretty much underdogs. We were definitely in the last two GCs, so going in kind of as underdogs, I hope you have a lot of fun watching, and I hope that we can surprise you, you know, the fans and the other teams.
And just knowing that this isn't even our best, like we still have a lot of work to do, and that we're able to show that as like our base kind of, with only room to grow upward, has been monumental for the team's confidence. And we're super excited coming into GC3 knowing that like, okay, at our base, we know we can beat these teams. At our best, we can probably beat everyone.
Now, trying to hold on to the site, but they get flanked by Katarina. Panday down low, trying to survive. Does get one with the nanoswarm, gets another, finds a third, and now it's a 1v1. Panday, lordy, watch out for the shorty, as it will be Panday.
Misfits talked about being underdogs, and they're definitely gonna have to show us that they have what it takes right out of the gate here, going up against Evil Geniuses right away here in our double elim bracket.
I don't know if they're going to be much underdogs if they keep putting up performances like Neon.
I know, right? How long
We'll
can you
see.
hold
We'll
that title
see.
while doing so good?
I mean, you just say they're doing themselves justice, right? That's a good thing.
Fair. But well, looking at this Evil Geniuses squad here, this is definitely going to be a really fun matchup. Evil Geniuses, this is a team that is stacked full of such strong players here, Gomes.
Extremely strong players. Listen, we have like been gassing up Edith, but if we're talking about another duelist player here that can really kick up like anything and ramp up the team, it's got to be Keensey. Playing on the jet majority of the time, but still making it work despite those nerfs. It's like literally probably one of the best, I think, in Game Changer Series 3 so far, the best player.
Yeah, honestly, been playing incredibly well, putting up the rounds the teams need, and even in such a short amount of rounds, right? Usually you'll have better stats, but that's because they are providing those. They're making these games quick. They are not giving their opponents any chance to react, and Evil Geniuses is hungry right now. You have that. You have Lori there as well coming in from Shopify Rebellion that's on the team. That stage presence already, veteran status from Berlin, playing on Champions. Like, this team has an answer for any out they need to take. Playing against them and making a situation seem difficult is going to be the tough thing for the enemy team, honestly.
Yeah, being able to see Lori and Starbound as well stepping into this roster, feel like Evil Geniuses have a lot to show this time around. We haven't really gotten to see too much from them, being one of the teams that was a little bit more quiet in the off season, but that means that there is so much them surprises ahead of us. So heading into our map picks and bans, we'll have to see where we have to go. Still waiting here in Game Changers to get a couple of the spicy maps, and we're not gonna get any of them. Misfits, I mean, they've been playing a lot of Lotus. I'm not too surprised, Riv, that they're going to take us there first.
Okay, Lotus. All right, I like Lotus. And we haven't seen some spicy games on Lotus coming up to start us off here. And then Haven, it might worry me a bit for Misfits. I think EG watched the previous game. So, I don't know. What are you feeling, Gompers? How are you liking this layout?
I'm liking the layout. Honestly, I think it kind of works more in favor of Misfits. They are very heavily surrounded around Haven. It's the only map they've played each and every series so far within Game Changers. So, like, the comfort is there when you think about it. So, that Lotus pick, even if they win that, there is that opportunity there leading towards Haven. So, I do feel like this is pretty comfortable, and they could feel good moving forward, especially going up against a team as strong as EG.
Definitely, when we're looking back at what the teams have gotten to show us as of recently, definitely looks really strong in Misfits' favor. But EG, I feel like it's a team that has been kind of hiding a little bit. So what we can expect from them, all we can say is that we know how good these players are, so we should be expecting something good. So maybe we don't have the tape, maybe we don't have the stats in our back pocket to be pulling up as to, hey, this is how strong these maps really are for them in recent times. But I think that's really exciting nonetheless. And then looking at Lotus with Misfits pick, we had to see already that something going along this Harbor Viper is something that's more comfortable in their wheelhouse. I'm curious though with EG Riv, whereabouts we'll see them land.
If they do go for the double controller, I think they control a lot of A, and then you can lurk the map as well with your Astra, and that might give Misfits a little bit of trouble. It depends on how well they read the defense and how far back they'll play, or unless they want to play up on Rubble and take control of the map. That could be a big factor in here.
My real question going in this is, when are we just going to see Sunset or new map that's out here? I feel like we get it banned every time. Gumps, just, man.
I actually really do want to see Sunset too. The only thing I can go off of right now is my experience in comp, and I've been heavily enjoying it. I think this will be such a fun map to cast. So guys, listen, if anyone's listening, hear me out. Do it for me. Okay. I love you forever.
Every Haven and Lotus is just one step closer to inevitably getting that Sunset map. That's all I'm hoping for, Riv, going on to this. But
it's the time they need, honestly. I think the time they need and the timings need to be learned. I think so many people are afraid of what kind of timing can be created in a professional match on Sunset. We've seen a few across the world in China and whatnot, but it's still unknown because of how much different the agent compositions and play styles have been. So I don't know. I want to see it, but I think we need to wait a little bit more till we get the refined Sunset, because this one might just be all clouded and muddy early. Who knows?
It'll be the most pivotal moment that we'll get to see that out.
Yes,
But
it'll be a beautiful
it's a little.
sunset.
It's true. It's a little early now. We are just still in qualifications, but it's time to get underway with our agent select here in our first map of Lotus. Gompers, Riv, take it away, you two.
All right, heading into Lotus. A map that I would say EG, I'm not too familiarized with. I do know you did talk about that double controller, Riv, and it seeming like it is going to be pretty relevant within the composition. I'm kind of excited. They talked about Panday's lurks, and I do feel like on the defense, that's something that really is going to actually take some pretty good charge there.
Right? Talking up Panday a whole bunch in that, saying one of the best lurkers, somebody we see making a lot of things work with anchoring and being able to out-time the enemy. And on Killjoy, you can do a lot of anchoring and out-timing on your enemy, so that works out really well for them. The Thea's going to be switching to, or they're going to have an Astra now, I should say, from an Astra to an Omen, now with the Viper. So a little bit of a switch there, maybe playing some more one-ways, being able to play Thea from C once they get to that defensive side. But as we fly through Lotus, we're getting ready for Misfits Black versus Evil Geniuses. Gompers, these games have been so good. These teams each season come in, I should say each series, because there's more than one per season. They come in so hungry for these. And both teams have kind of find themselves falling a little bit short, right?
Yeah.
This I think is where they push forward. And I think where Misfits could actually kind of start to fluff off that underdog out of coat.
Mm-hmm. I'd say so as well. Actually, they managed to beat Shopify Rebellion not too long ago, which I felt like was pretty concerning. Like it was crazy to watch that happen, and to see them now kind of develop into the spot where okay, they're breaking through the qualifiers down in Series 3. Now they're playing against EG. This is probably going to be like one of the hardest. I guess times to prove themselves as well, but hopefully the Lotus pick tends to work out for themselves. Already looking like it is. I mean, so far, EG just playing for that information.
The composition looks pretty consistent here as well for the side of Misfits as they take a look back at it. See how they move the defense mainly towards that left side, ready for retake on A. So it looks like they want to give EG a little bit of the space. That's okay on the right side. Let them work the wall. Don't get caught up in anything. Power and numbers here on the side of Misfits. So we'll see what the post plant now is for EG. I think the onus is on them to be able to set up a good defense here. And
spike planted.
So much util already being kind of like expended out onto site. EG in a comfortable spot though. I mean, they're pretty much all ramped up down inside of tree here. So they gotta fight that, angling themselves a bit more towards a team fight. Okay, right clicks left and right.
Okay.
Beautiful shots. Already being missed fired through. Yeah, EG, they're in a pretty comfortable spot when it comes down to that beginning half. So still just waiting around. Teams coming down left and right. Still one enemy refusal. And I guess the classic is the way to go. It's seeming like.
Oh my gosh, Gompers. Panday with the 4K there. Remember the person that was anchoring it was holding A, giving comms out is one that comes flying through in the end to help, and I love Slandy on the Harbor. Harbor has just had an explosion lately in use and kind of a change in that retake style. Speed up and be protected by the walls and the angles you create right on the money, right? You don't just have a straight wall to throw across sight.
Yeah.
You're controlling everything, and Misfits do just that, get the defuse. I said it was going to be on EG to get that hold. Having 5 attack, especially with the verticality of A, makes it very, very difficult to hold that site. So, we get to round 2, and there's going to be a scout for Keen C. After those classics you called out, I thought it was going to be over there. Quick shot one onto Carly. That's going to be just about half health. Is playing a little more passive as I think we're going to see some orbs getting picked up because Keen C wants to be that carry in the middle part of it.
Yeah. Say too with like the performance from Misfits so far, now coming up to this pistol round, and seeing as to how they were able to convert something so unfortunate coming through from Keen C that first half. it really does show, like, this team, under development, but also extremely strong as well. And actually keeping those respects down to EG2, despite having the buying, honestly, quite slightly here.
His lurk. See if Power Pixel actually has a lurk that's going to count. I don't know if they've grabbed any knowledge over here. I think the idea was if no pick comes from Keency, we start to rotate. But Misfits really hasn't given up too much space. They have just anchored every spot here, and it's going to make it tough for the side of Evil Genius.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, they've already lost one, especially with that being Power Pixel. Keeping close contact. Honestly, B site might be the best bet so far, but if Misfits win this one out, they have leaning towards it. Panday still sitting within their own molly, but 11 seconds left. Yeah, an impossible take on to site. They still have to get eliminated as well as, and that save is not going to look so good. They're actually sparing their life too, so they can keep that sheriff there for Keency.
Yeah. One more taken out. 3 alive. So actually pretty good. Excuse me. Misfits is really doing a great job at staying together, but in their spots, right? They're calling out what they need. They're trusting each other's calls. I don't think we really had any moves from original defensive spots until there was a final move made there by Evil Geniuses. It's a nice job by Carly, kind of just getting a heal from Tasty there on C and still holding positions around the map. Now it looks like they're getting kind of aggressive here from C and towards middle. Great detecting. Glory with a quick flash, realizing this first bonus round could be Misfits going aggressive. Little fight here.
Ooh.
Little fight over. All right. That was quick. So, yeah, they tried to push from almost every extremity and mid. And Misfits get stopped in their tracks. Now they'll go back to this defensive strategy. And EG, they read that so well. They were waiting for something towards mid. And a great play by Power Pixel, who's had a lurk just about every round here, Gompers, towards A. Gets that kill now.
Power Pixel's turn to kind of get their own lurks in. All the while, though, I mean, for Misfits, already missing out on Panday. It's got to be a pretty big detriment. Your Sentinel down, now your Initiator. So, if anything, this was the time for EG to really just take this round in their own hands. Absolutely no struggles. Yeah. Harley working around the back, though. Power Pixel. A nice clean shot. Absolutely finished there. Nice flawless.
That was quick. Not messing around for that round towards A. And Evil Geniuses working the map very well. I think they realized they're getting a bit more space. After this kill from Power Pixel, they could kind of just mosey themselves into A. Be careful of a few of the tight angles, but other than that, they're realizing Misfits is playing pretty far back. Site can be taken. It's just how quick can they set up their post plant. So we'll see if Evil Genius is a little faster to the site here. Everyone towards A. I mean, they can't really get raised and fade nated. I knew I was going to do that as they push up here. And again, looks like they're going to just blast onto A.
Dog clearing space too. There goes Lori making way. Works out nice and easy for some time here, but Misfits and kind of sticking around down towards the back plant. So much information.
Cover going down.
Smoke after smoke. There's delay on what Misfits can do here. This is a big round, though, if they kind of want to keep the hit inside the hands of Evil Geniuses. Once he gets wet, it'll be scary.
Ooh, now, oh, this is where things start to get risky. Then, no wasting the ultimate. That does not feel good. With Lori, aim is solid.
Lori!
And a third to take away from this one. Giving at least some space there from EG. Keency back up in the corner. Doesn't matter. Blast pack not working, but still the pings are there. EG taking a beautiful round one.
Oh my word. The members of Evil Geniuses, I said they had to get ready for a post plant. They weren't, and they still were able to make some crack shots there. Lori coming out with 2. We saw another flick coming around. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Evil Geniuses just pulled out all the stops to make sure that one worked. And Misfits was coming in hot too. Surprised that one turned around. So I wonder how much Evil Geniuses goes back to A after dominating twice in a row, trying to condition a little bit on Misfits' side. And that's easy for them to take. See who they can go to if they want. Even Misfits' defensive utility is placed a little farther forward now with an Edith. So they float more towards that side here and still play back towards B and A. This is kind of Evil Geniuses. I feel like they're starting to gain control or almost have a bit of the control.
Yeah.
Right? They're the ones dictating the peaks. They're the ones saying, okay, who's gonna move first? As they sit back towards their spawn. Already. I wonder if they they do hear this door.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, nobody's there. Nobody's home. Man.
Trailblazer now. Just buying time.
At least know that somebody's sticking around 3, so I'm going to go try
Oof,
towards
good
site.
jump peaks.
Yeah. Tons of information, which is going to work out nicely. Down to this execution. Killjoy's there as well. Finding out what they're going to do. Vulnerability, not hitting Keensy. Keensy's still there looking for space. But it's tap on the head. I mean, it works out using the util to the best of their ability, but a retry there. Coming through from Edith, not working out. Misfits just continue to get taken down, even with one person being able to pull through. Shotguns aren't necessarily too far angled there. 10 seconds left. Oh, they're pushing so heavily on this. Lockdown still initiated. Coming down with just a judge. And it doesn't matter.
Stompers. What has happened?
I don't even know.
No. Okay. So I'm going to explain what happened, but yeah, that's more of a what just happened moment. So this Thrifty is possible because we saw Evil Geniuses playing super passive throughout the round, and Misfits was showing nothing. All they got was a Trailblazer onto, I think, Carly over at C, and they weren't really hearing much. So what Evil Geniuses does is says, all right, we'll move up. It's a save round for Misfits, by the way. And Evil Geniuses uses Seekers because they haven't seen what they want to. And that puts Misfits into a just get up and go mode. Tasty starts hitting shots. The rest of the team falls into place. And Evil Geniuses fall right into a trap there. Great job by Misfits to play patience overall. We're now into the 6th round of this as it goes back and forth. Pixelette already at the door.
Yeah.
Back to this kind of A conditioning strat, right? I don't think they want it. You can already see the rest of EG's position here. Just trying to get Misfits thinking. All this utility has also been moved from Panday over to C. So Misfits is trying to give EG a different look here too. They've seen Carly at C just about every round so far. So round 6, Misfits tries their defense a different way.
And making sense too. They actually didn't fall for that conditioning coming through from EG. Shots fired down an A, but still. Themselves nice and well disciplined. Site being cleared out by Keensy. You've got so many players on that rotation. And I like that. A big understanding here from Misfits as to what's going on.
Nice little ulti in there. I love Thea denying the mini-map view. Gets in. None of that alert bot is going to really trigger too much of anything on the mini-map. Oh.
Flash is being peeked out, but it doesn't matter. Keensy's still stuck around the bend. The strong player of EG taken down. Leave it up to Thea, even then a Bulldog's not going to run much.
remaining.
Tasty there. Finding every single player on that lineup. EG getting taken down probably the 3rd time, 4th time. Sorry, my numbers I can't count. So math is
yeah,
math.
but in real quick fashion. Right into the site. Another defuse. The post plants you can see have been fantastic right now for Misfits. And again, I love that play from EG, using the from the shadows, getting in sight, being able to check backside, but deny after healing the Killjoy utilities. Little things that they use to get in, but still were exterminated once they tried to make a home. Now towards mid. This again hasn't really been a push here. We haven't seen the full commitment mid from Evil Geniuses, but this might just be the time if Mini Door gets hit by power here. Too unsure.
Yeah.
The paranoia goes through, but they're not ready to engage on it. They hope they deny at least a few. Misfits isn't giving EG anything that they're looking for. No pushes there, right? Okay, noise in mid. No, Misfits is hunkered back Oh, still rotating through spawn, some of them. Yeah. Playing super patient.
Yeah. It's a great plan, though. Oh, no, but Carly might actually catch this team off guard. Oh, never mind. They're watching. They know what's going to happen here. They're seeing the barrel of the weapon there. Lori with a first touch to clear. That's going to work out nice.
Uh-oh. That becomes a tried and true way to play, too. If EG want to just walk up quietly through a smoke, try to find the angles, they do have a whole star power line of aiming and shooting and fragging, so nothing they can't do. Viper's Pit is out. This might be one of the more difficult retakes. Just praise the retakes here, Misfits. This will be the challenge.
It definitely will, too. Edith does not have anything to push past information down inside of that Viper's Pit, so it really has to roll inside of it. There goes Kinsey, already taken out. Panday, EG, haven't even lost a soul yet. It leaves Tasty needing to save this weapon, which makes sense at the end of the day. I mean, economy's not looking too bright.
One down.
EG finally answered back with one on the attack. That one was just a slow creeper.
Yeah.
They get their own thrifty, right? It was just kind of sheriffs and a few guns walking up there as they got themselves in. Definitely from the lower by. Misfits is going to call the timeout here. I think that was maybe noticed a bit. Don't put yourself in too tricky situations, especially when we change up the sights to have one being the upper anchor now at the other side. Right, EG's been playing towards A. That kind of might be the discussion we have going here. And that's perfectly okay because we saw Carly, again, playing towards C a bunch. So the first time Carly plays A, Carly sees how much EG wanted, has been playing it. So it's just this learning process throughout here.
Yeah.
And Misfits was doing really nice in that different formation, but EG kind of figured it out. Still won A, though. I think one of the few times we're seeing teams consistently go A here.
Yeah. It is, oh man, I feel like a big part of it too is just that it's so easy for EG to fight up towards mid. C site hasn't necessarily been the easiest time, for them as well. But all in all, attempting to recondition this team back there, not looking like that decision's going to be made again. I mean, they've made that mistake over and over.
Killjoy utility back at A. I think it allows a lot too. This utility, when you know they're not going to go door and that's loud, allows for Panday to play towards the back of B and stairs. So you keep that utility alive when you're in that area for the alarm bot. A pretty good rotation catch. Towards C now. A little bit of a push out though towards door here. First time we've really seen Edith and the team take control of that mid. Oh, this is aggressive. Great timing, great timing.
Oh, they pop flash that one out. Tasty. Absolutely insane for Misfits to just push that down and completely deny any sense of aggression they're coming through from EG around. That was very, very necessary there for Misfits, but Spike now down and EG, they need to recollect themselves.
Let them cook. That was amazing. I don't know if there was too much to signal that timing either. I think they just did it off the clock, put the smoke up, prepared themselves. And what a push. What a play. Very nicely done with just giving them so many things to think about. You saw how quickly EG turned and they didn't even want a part of it. No one even wanted to try to turn the flash.
30 seconds left.
That's how much chaos they created. That is what you need to do to your opponents. You give them the toughest situation to overcome every time. You think about that, you might be able to come up with something every round. What's tough? Now, the EG can create for the side of Misfits next. 10 seconds. That's a slim list.
One enemy remaining.
10 seconds feels like an eternity when Tasty's there, I guess. So
Yeah,
not looking like a plant's gonna come down. I mean, to be fair, Riff, like, if anything, like, I was just kind of expecting, the MVP performance coming through from Edith, but Tasty's been looking really good so far.
Tasty has been the sheriff round, I think, lit Tasty up, and now Tasty is just feeling every shot. Great collection there, being able to regroup. The Vandal fired, bring down Kinsey as well off the last pack, and the team is just they're swinging off each other so well at this point. 5-3 now for Misfits, showing us a little bit of that power they brought from the Neon tournament here into Game Changer Series 3. So they're still back to this default setup. After that timeout, they bring the round right back in their favor, Gompers. Edith 2 away from ultimate here. They might be able to flex something if they get one in mid. But they're playing it safe again. Really not testing the waters until EG makes a move. Looks like they go A again. They're going to put a lot of that alert behind them, which means it's basically moving forward from here on out. Maybe a baby door move.
I've got your
This would be the
trail.
variation of the A play.
Damn.
Seekers out, both sides.
Always looking to clear
There's
this too.
another.
Making sense, those Seekers. I mean, pretty much a given as to where these players are. They've pretty much settled for A site. Down on EG. So it's not getting a lot of info though. I don't even think they know Kinsey's here. Yeah, this is huge for Kinsey. Edith, unless they have anything to say about it already. 2 come down, tons of information given away, but they still manage to run away with a 4K down into this round.
No shot. It happened that quick. The spread of evil geniuses was found in an instant. Also, Edith, what in the world? Had my eyes on that player since their first game. Had a little bit of trouble getting on their feet during the first Haven match. Have showed amazing since matches since. I got to agree with you now, Gompers. Edith is showing up. That's crazy, and that's going to flex a timeout from Evil Geniuses because they should not have lost that round, and Misfits just made it theirs. Another post-plant success from them. Kind of incredible how they continue to do this, and EG still goes A.
EG have been, man, struggling to say the least. Like, can't even describe it. I feel like a lot of the time it really is just like that post-plant scenario that makes it so hard to kind of regain. But if Edith continues to play like that, I mean, I kind of see why. Like, the post-plant just can't be strong when Edith is just running everyone down. So I guess that's the duelist role for you. Kind of working out for the best there for Misfits.
Mm-hmm. The question is what fell apart for Evil Geniuses there, right? 2 people almost looking at the same direction, no cover from stairs. There's no reason Edith should get 2 there, is kind of the plain and simple. So that's definitely being talked about. Make sure we're covering each other, follow through with the strat, you know. Maybe being talked about. I don't know what is going on in their minds. But it seems like there was definitely miscommunication there. So shoring that up, Evil Geniuses shaking off the cobwebs here as Misfits just start on fire.
Ooh.
What a read. They just walk up and find Power Pixel there. Everybody takes a Polaroid and says hello. Power Pixel hanging out. All right, B take.
Way to end. Even then, running gun. Hey, Kinsey stepping it up just a little bit. Seeing the performance there from Edith. Ramping themselves up to be the best race player within the lobby. But how easy is that going to be? All the teammates here of Misfits. Absolutely. Definitely going to be something that they can pop up there. That would have been beautiful from Carly. Now they have the ult prepped up for the next round, though, as well. Misfits. They could take in the 7-3 pretty flawlessly, to be blunt.
Yeah. I could see it. Slandy's creeping, though. I think Slandy's the kingpin on this one.
Spike planted.
Satchel out. Gonna be easy to take this one back, Misfits.
One enemy
They
remaining.
see the space and they take it away.
Ooh.
Unfortunate.
Thank you.
Slandy. The perfect timing, allowing the rest of Misfits to cause just enough distraction to call the attention of Evil Geniuses members. And once again, they route that round. Great round by EG in pushing through and kind of flexing onto the Misfits to get in. And other way, great job by Misfits to re-coordinate and get themselves into a position where they're able to come through with the win on that round. So as we see EG come out of a timeout, they try to push themselves into a bit of a different position on that eco to B. But it still ends at A. Most of the stories here they're signing off on. So maybe a C, maybe a B play. They take a little bit longer on these rounds. But now Panday has an op. Your Killjoy has an op. Alert on the map.
Not gonna lie, I'd run away from that too. Not the best
Yep.
situation to be in. Pop flash with an op out in your hand. Kind of scary, but not a lot of entry there coming through from EG.
Different from Misfits once again. They swap Killjoy back over. And I think we're getting that rotation now towards Carly for a reason. But Carly is not playing the forward flex position. Much more back. Inside of A. Here's the rotation now over from Edith. They're getting prepared for Evil Geniuses to hit the site here. You got Ray's ultimate, Starbound, if they can get into tree and make this happen. Oh, no. Oh, yes! That's what they needed. It's EG has not been finding first bloods here, and this is going to be big.
Yeah, big, but risky. Misfits. Doesn't even seem like they're actually trying for anything. You hear the spike plant being put down, but still space trying to be taken up towards C. Here from Panday, it's going to take a while. Power Pixels should run. Still stuck on site. EG at this point are in such a good position to win this. Biggest unfortunate point here is Panday taken him out with the op, but doesn't really matter. EG somehow surprisingly just run away with this in seconds.
Last round in the half.
Getting a few of those ultimates off at the right time. Misfits had such a run on this one, but EG did their work earlier, which means the 7-5 is still possible here in this back and forth. Buys around the operator now for Keensey. We know how scary that can be. 3 defensive ultimates actually to be used as well. And they keep this Killjoy C. Carly on Viper at A. I think they go ahead and they ult almost right away. Oh, last peek. Oh, it's close! And it's amazing at the same time. Double buy, too. So if they actually have to go into a Vandal fight, they're good. The Arsenal is ready for Keensey to tear through Misfits. So From the Shadows can be used again here, and we should expect to see that as EG takes their hit. Thea likes to deny vision, but also on the minimap, and also gain vision through peeking back of sight with the From the Shadows shadow. See?
Yeah, Carly got this not too long ago, though. It's a good call.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of pushing this out. So they know they can pretty much guarantee that A site. Majority of these players, they're from Misfits, directing their attention elsewhere.
Quick flash over the top. Not long to see. Pings are actually coming out from the trees, and they're going to get this peek out. Tasty's giving the call. This is a big play. They like B now, Gomp.
I believe it. Listen, B, it worked out for them the first time, and if it works, don't change it.
Spike planted.
Man, but again, retake there for Misfits has been probably one of the hardest things to fend off. Biggest reason why being Edith. Is that util going to help that entry in? Doesn't seem like they're initiating anything just yet, but watching through the op is Keensey. This is huge.
No.
Ultimate starting to come out left and right, and they actually offset that. 3 players now not able to push in time, so they have to fight this back. Misfits somehow surprisingly keeping themselves intact for another second, but it's Edith. Slowly missing away. Keensey fighting for the site, but 2v2 situation. It's not a simple one to beat, but it's EG that managed to win it out.
Oh my god, I saw this like highlight TikTok play happening in my head where Reckoning showed everyone in Baby Door and that one nade from Edith just sent them home. It was it. They avoided it though. Evil Geniuses tiptoed around, backed up, played it smart. Like you said, just a whole hell of a storm over towards Baby Door before they finally get out of that alive. And yeah, EG are able to find the frags even though Misfits was picking at them 1, 1, and 1. What are they? A few kills on that, but it doesn't matter. We're on second half. 7-5. So EG did bring it back. The last 2 rounds coming to just taking out Misfits one by one. And we have a few ghosts here. Not as many frenzies. I always see frenzies and I think Baby Door rush, like A to Baby Door. Super quick for doing that.
Yeah.
Looks like they test C. We'll start with some orb grabbing. Ever since ults went up, man. Big return on investment. High commodity.
I like high commodity. I like to see EG take this one in, tie things up, make the game interesting moving forward. Two players watching the same angle. Even then, Dog understands what's going on. So yeah, that best decision. Walk away from it.
Hello, this is Dog? No? Okay. Goodbye. Smoke out. Still this lurk coming in from Carly. We'll have to see what this Panday lurk can do as well. 1-3-1 that they'll kind of bring together here. Over towards A. But can Panday listen? They're listening for the runaway here. Any audio cues from C, so A can make a definitive play.
I think this is
30 seconds left.
But EG know that
There it is.
tendencies of Panday. This is good. They've heard it. They understand, but they have a sight, so there really is no point. I mean, at this point, Panda could kind of lurk around and work for that flank. That's exactly what's going to happen here. So much space already being taken up by Edith. Wall goes down. They're going to be hit with a very, very terrible time, but it seems like not. They still take one pistol in hand. Second one being brought about. And this pistol run is probably one of the most important leaning forward for Misfits. They win this one. Give themselves an even bigger lead, which seems like might be the case, though. Defuse being brought through. EG take it in.
Wow. No way. I saw Misfits coming through with that round 100%, but no fumble on the defuse. They keep it going. They body block. Like, this wall for Misfits alone, I was like, no way. They position it perfectly so one person fits up there, and they think it's impossible to have anyone. Yeah, there's a lot going on. But through all of it, EG was just diffusing to elevator music. Didn't even matter. It was calm on the backside. So, a big, big pistol round coming through. Still going to be buys here from this. They have to get the plant down. Oh, I don't think it'll matter.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Hey, finish it off.
Okay.
It's the util.
They're just hungry right now. They push out towards, they feel like they sense someone be here.
Yeah.
Yep.
They smoked it off.
And look where Starbound is, right? Tree with a turret over there and Baby Door. So much coverage. Really cool play, and they have that crossfire on Tree. They hear Carly at all? Oh, they're ready to spam Carly. Don't take that orb.
No.
Don't take the orb.
Don't do anything.
We hear death ring out.
Oh, no. They're not actually.
They're just back to back right now. What is happening?
A wall separating them. Theo!
No way!
How does that happen? Carly's low, so if they keep this,
Spike
Kinsey can
planted.
take this one, but even then should not have
Carly.
happened. Oh no, this is good. I don't even, like, there's so much happening at once. So much util just being brought out. All this started with just a nice opening pick. Carly, now everybody's trying to fight for their lives. You're down in the extremities, but a wraparound. And maybe a bit too late. Unfortunately, he's not going to make it in time, but running away with a nice headshot, pretty valid.
Power Pixel says, I'm dead, but get my Ares. Oh, dear. We saw this in our other game, too. This gets very, very scary. I think Lace was buying one. And just absolutely destroying people that had an Odin. But yeah, 7-7, EG finds a way through a quick 2. Defuses, though. So Misfits is finding their way to the site. They're getting a little bit of a read on the EG defense. You got to consider all that happens in these rounds, even in the loss. And we'll see what they can do with these guns now. Looks like they're pretty set on utility. No ults really on deck just yet. This will actually, okay, I was going to say, it gives one to Slandy, but they're still going to focus Edith since it's a higher alt point. Right into this util Gompers. The dog saw it, he pinged it. I love it. So they know not to go. Look at this. They're like, nah, we don't want that. Thank you very much. Really smart play by Tasty there, just kind of peeking around. I wonder if they just get a blast pack in there, though. Just one pop, take it out, do it again.
I'd be a bit afraid of that blast pack, because one blast pack in there, you got 3 homies watching.
Oh, no,
the
throw
angle.
one in.
Oh,
Take
okay.
out the util. Yeah, a little util destroy game.
I Actually making some sense there. They can pull that through on B since it's a bit more empty, but I think they baited out a rotation with that noise being made. Oh yeah, they're gonna get a set of reality settled in there. EG, they actually making things harder there for Misfits. Luckily enough, running away with 2, so there is some comfort here on C site.
A great
30
nade to
seconds
start.
left.
Set him up well. Plant within the code. It should be good for this.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
that-
situation. I don't even know how this works. Slandy taking another one in Misfits. You gotta love the, I guess, like, perseverance.
The flat, yeah. They're like, yeah, Killjoy utility. Let's still go back there. I bet you they're not gonna hit it on us. And they get stopped by it for a while, but that nade sorted EG so hard. They split him left and right, damage down, stand in line, take him down, and then the flash from Tasty. That I was O-facing. That was crazy. The timing on that to take down Thea and the rest of the team is absolutely brutal. Tasty is on one this series. We're on the end of game 1. Their timing on C is impeccable.
Yeah, they just know how to approach everything, to be honest with you, too. I do like the Lori and Kinsey kind of partnership that we've been seeing along the game as well. I feel like that's really been carrying the vibes here. But
Both teams have such a 6C protocol. We saw the flash door coming out from the side of Misfits. And we see this little pop flash out coming in from EG that quickly gets a few. And now this just threads Misfits thin.
One enemy
And
remaining.
another.
oh yeah, it never ends though. For EG, they have to fight back. There really is no opportunity to.
That's true.
Yeah.
Misfits is going to take everything they can get. And it's definitely a different Misfits than the first few days of Series 3 here. The whole team is coming together to play strong. Slandy as well. Always good for a few in situations. Already see one here.
30 seconds
Might
left.
not get the...
Not having a bad game. Luckily, Slandy has tons of util to use. Unfortunately, there is going to be a flank coming around. Door opens. Kind of pushes Slandy in a very bad position. 14 seconds left. And all they can do is hope for the best. Kinsey doing them 30 for that round win.
You got an over-under stack on one side, and then you got door open on the other. Bound to happen. Still good. Takes another one out. Dropping some weapons. See what the buy
One
is.
enemy remaining.
No timeouts this game. Seems like teams are being allowed to flow a little bit more here in our first few. Or this half, I should say. 8-8 now. With that ultimate now for Kinsey on both sides. It does look like they could have dueling ults with the positioning of this. We love to see that.
My ult's ready.
Looks like they get a lot of position here to Thea. So Thea can stay pushed up. Rest of the team can rotate over now. I wonder if this is a bit of read by Misfits. They want to see who and how they pushed up now. Ooh. Okay. About to do a little bit of a stink on Rubble. We love lineups. We love lineups here.
Where's the lineup gonna go?
Cascade, lineup, push. Good move by Thea. Playing life. Life over death is the way to play for your team. So this is now given up to Misfits. Remember, this was taken by that nade, that push by Kinsey and the rest of the team. So playing forward, taking the space, and now making Evil Geniuses worry about it. But they don't want that space. So you see everything Misfits is putting into this round so far. And they're still going to leave a lurker on that right side. Seekers now tells Evil Geniuses the master plan.
Which is great for the time being. EG, though, still looking a tad bit confused, to be completely honest, but it doesn't seem like anymore. He has a beat just to get one, but having those sheriffs in hand is going to be difficult for EG. Kinsey's just pulling out all the stops to end off the round. A win is a win.
The master plan has been dashed. Very quick. Wow. The full team Cove swing peek was pretty cool for Misfits, but it kind of just created a firing or a shooting gallery for Evil Geniuses on one side of their defense. So, yeah. Maybe a flash out as well. It just didn't hit. But EG cleans that one up. Now Power Pixel's over to that Odin that we were talking about before. Easy control, whatever they have, they want to control.
Planted.
Oh,
One
everybody
enemy
just
remaining.
grouped up in that one spot. Perfect for Keency and the rest of the squad. Over towards A. Let's see if they make this play again. They're going to dodge the nade, or Misfits will. But they are going to walk into this Odin that's prepped and ready. Yeah. I don't think they grab the alt orb anytime soon.
It did get at like literally an inch of damage, which I guess worked out for the better. Unfortunately, that ult is going to be so annoying. Continue to sit. So Misfits again going down towards B. The infamous B site. It's just magnetic at this point.
It looks like a mini map with these walls. Looks like a kid's coloring
Spike
book right now.
planted.
I wouldn't know what to do at A if I was EG either at that point. Plant B, and Misfits is everywhere on the map. Literally, they can flank their own flank right now. It's going to be a defensive side entry here from EG.
Yeah, but you have to have a certain performance to run away with this one. Especially if you're EG. So
They're
much
gonna-
damage.
3v3 alt on both sides.
Lockdown, so who's going to initiate on this first? They know they need it. Refusal. Difficult to come down, but they still managed to run away with it. Starbound, the sacrifice for the team. Oh, and it's too late. It is too late.
Cut the green wire! Nope. That was the yellow one.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't blame Killjoy. Wow. And they come out with that too. With the power that Misfits really started to go through that round. They avoided everything at A. They reckoned over at A. They were able to hit B with so much time, but it's exactly what Evil Geniuses used there was time. Just creeping back in, doing a bit of damage here and there, and weakening EG enough. Oh my gosh. All right. EG, no defuse. Push forward here. Every time they give, I think Misfits reads this. The nade comes out, and Thea's always pushed.
Oh, they've pushed way too far this time. Punishment already coming down that first engagement for EG. Not going to be a good look, especially since they need these rounds to start coming in as flawless as possible.
Weapon here.
It's just the door game. They're waiting. This is the first time we've seen Misfits do this. I don't know if they're waiting to call an audible or just want to see how EG react. They've killed 2. Probably just waiting for EG to see if they might come and grab a different weapon. I don't know if they have a judge yet. And we don't see Power Pixel moving, so I think we get a Seekers here before they hit. I don't know. Misfits is
30
changing
seconds
this up
left.
towards the real late part of this game. This is kind of what EG did to start finding a few of their rounds. Walking up, finding angles, playing the slow game, and trying to model their opponent.
The slow game does not seem to work anymore for EG, especially with Keency. Still waiting around the back. Flanks coming along nice
Last
and
player
easy.
standing.
And EG shut it down. Wow, absolutely insane.
Walking into a trap. That timing, too, for Edith just to look to the left and nobody have cleared the same corner is unfortunate, but not for Evil Genius and fans. That right there. That timing took a lot of part, and Power Pixel being quiet with that judge. Power Pixel is on the Odin, on the judge, 15 and 11, doesn't even matter. That's a vibe. that's got to feel good when you have a player that can do that. Because if you even look at the small part of the economy, or it's a large part, but a small part of the economy game where you have one player being able to buy those things, it may provide for somebody else on a light buy round, or a light armor round. So really, really cool stuff that EG is doing with these guns, and Power Pixel is providing for the team. A timeout for Misfits. they've seemed to be running into walls now. Like, they've been getting the spike down, but now their post plant is not strong enough. It seems that they're being tracked too much, or they're not absorbing enough utility from Evil Genius's side. Getting it out, finding where Keensy's nade is, seeing where Starbound's util is, and being able to have a freer site to take, just based off of that advantage. A few ults here, Tasty and Edith, so could be around where they take their time on the side of Misfits.
Yeah, Keensy's nades have been a super big obstacle, I feel like, lately as well. A lot of the time, kind of just being thrown out at random moments, but very engaged. Now Keensy still watching down on B. Again, this site has been infamous for takes when you're Misfits. Of course, this is going to be a read that they can account for, but nothing just yet. There it comes. The nade starting to settle down as they hear the noise being pushed through. Honestly, perfect timing here. Edith might just be able to take this out. Keensy information is insane. And they still just, again, run away with it. EG.
One enemy remaining.
Settling for
Spike down
nothing
B.
less than 100%.
That was incredible for a hold. I think they had, so that round, I think, obviously, they're on a low buy. But I think that round shows how deadly it is to run in without getting out a lot of EG's utility. Like, even with the alarm bot half missing because the high tide hid Edith in the corner here, it's just like, bloop! Right? Like, oh, no, I know you're there. It's like the little, like, even the dog was coming out. There was no way to get out of there. So figuring out a way to extract all that out of EG before hitting the site, because their retake is just very scary at this point. Especially with the Omen paranoia coming in to blind you from detecting any of that utility flying at your face. See you play. Big rotation here from EG to start off. They're putting all their eggs in one basket because they know how big their retake is. They're okay with this.
Speaking of no issues, seems like C site here for EG is what they want to plan for. I mean, A and B have been heavy hitters ever since the start, so C was bound to happen.
Yeah.
It's a good guess off power.
EG did put everything from Killjoy and Viper on one site. This might be enough for Misfits to plow through here with the right timing. You're going to see Thea playing their life. That only means they'll be ready to paranoia in for this retake. The door open.
Poison's off.
Back comes Keensy here. Could just be Ultra if he gets a Reckoning. Oh, they're going right in. All right, Gompers. Can it be 10 for Misfits here? They got the plant, they have the setup, and they have that Panday lurk that they rely on so much.
I think for 10, possibility is their biggest issue. At Edith here, oh, I was about to say you with the showstopper.
That's huge.
Somehow pushing themselves up just to get a higher image. Misfits, they've taken out one. That's going to be Keensy. Hardest hitter there for EG, but again, let's think about it. Talk about that Sentinel Starbound. Can they take in something? Doesn't seem like they can. Misfits are slowly bringing about that 10-11 scoreline. Unless Starbound has anything to say about it. Maybe not time of the essence here. Of course, not utilizing that util to the fullest extent. Edith dropping down a paint shell just to push things back. Yeah, exit frags are probably the closest they'll get to anything so far, but even them running away with that 10-11.
Really good slow round by Misfits. We haven't really seen one from that, like that from them recently. Playing around the entirety of the map. And I feel like they were able to kind of read a little bit of what the side of EG wanted to do. Obviously, the ultimate at C is going to be very telling, but it can also be one person there with everyone across the map at the other site. So you see Misfits, everybody on board with the strategies that they're doing. There's a really nice takeover towards A once they started to get control and hold on the site. Holding that site has been a problem. We're back to A. A little bit more. Touch and go. Looks like EG puts their utility there as well. I think B is dangerous.
Yeah.
It's almost worked out for no one. And if it does work out, it works out really, really well. Very few times so far, so I think we see it avoided. And they deny that Sky Flash, but this High Tide, or Cascade Wall rather, is going to give them up.
There.
Misfits chose the right side again, Gompers.
Perfect way to keep themselves and the site still under their control there. Lori with an opening pick, taking out the Viper. So Carly goes down. Of course, that leaves Landy, the only person to utilize util, but nothing is there. So walls go down. This is it. This is pretty much the majority of the extent of what that control is going to look like, unfortunately. Now Keensy's coming looking for blood, so it has to be game over. Edith holding on surprisingly by themselves on site. No refract potential to be left here. Nice, I like that. They push back on the extremities. I think he was wait for this plant to be pushed. There's so much information being given out of the way. Flash coming through, and EG Keensy really knocking it down. EG finally finding that match point.
Oh my gosh. Keensy just causing, or Power Pixel causing chaos in there. Just ripping off the Odin, and then Keensy comes in with the rest of the team, causing the rest of the pressure. That, from EG, is a smother. I think they realized how disjointed they had Misfits after there weren't really any frags, and they noticed one person was in sight. All right, smother that one person, and then we know exactly where to look for the rest of our kills, which forced Misfits in after they did lose Tasty. So, yeah, a really great job of identifying the priority on that site take. EG come up with 12. I thought that was going to be Misfits again. But EG are perfectly fine with this retake, with really allowing the site to be overthrown and then taken back. Towards mid now for a possible final round here of our first map. This is going to be the call of Power Pixel here. Lacing the rest of Misfits on this entry with an Odin if they dare step forward. Just this quiet defense. There's a line of scrimmage created right now by EG across the board. Look at that. They're not moving.
No movements made. Again, match point for EG, so this is the time, if any, kind of close things out. Given no leeway over to Misfits. Yeah, wall goes up. They're waiting around.
Oh, a fake.
30 seconds left.
Honestly, the best thing they could have done so far, but Power Pixel still watching with the Molly. Again, that at least leaves the Odin to be picked up here. You're backing out the Decay a bit too strong. Unfortunate as the play goes down, slowly working forward. There from EG. It's going to be almost impossible to try to gain that space back. Especially now just shooting shots through the snow. Paint shell just to push back Harley. For the purpose of what? There's still no space to be taken up, and so many players low. Tasty is insane! And Misfits still don't give up despite everything that's happened so far.
They live! They live for another round. Misfits are ready to keep it going. A possible OT to be had here for our first map on Lotus. Oof, that flick. That's not the first time Tasty's done that this map. We saw one of those over at A as well. A little bit of sheriff work on top of that. All right. Odin's still in play. Ultimate over on the side of Starbound, so EG can really dictate, I think, what happens on the retake here or the stall for the take. I don't know which they choose. Oh no!
I feel like that happens at the beginning of every single round. Somebody's always sitting in a tree, but when Power Pixel, the sprays come down.
It's a bit of bullying, too. It says, you really want to come here towards an Odin? I'll let you know that I have it. And I'm also going to try to do chip damage to you and get your armor down. And they did just that. Almost took the armor right off of Edith. And Slandy took a bit there too. Still not too bad on that side. So they walk away from the Odin. And they're going to go towards the other side of the map. And this is going to be a little bit of utility, but probably a better choice at this point, knowing what Power Pixel can do. The Cascade's going to come forward, and that's a really early detection for how far they are forward. Look at the bomb movement.
They've done this over and over again, Misfits. Honestly, haven't had
Oh my
much
God, they
to
got the
lose.
lockdown.
Yeah, that's got to be beautiful.
30 seconds
Now they can
left.
actually work up towards A, but they know at least the Viper's still standing here. Power Pixel, Odin in hand, ready to shoot this down. Oh, and I have to believe it as well. Molly there to stall off the push. 18 seconds left, and they have to fight this. The Odin's still waiting around. Paranoia to try to push back, but it doesn't matter. They peek through this. It might just be game
Spike
over.
down A.
I don't think there's a lot to do here. They could really just stall out for this plant, but they haven't taken it down, and they do attempt so. Pain Shell pushed back just to try for something. And again, it's up to EG, 3v4, and if they win this out, they may just run away with it. Edith is playing the long game and wanting to take things down into OT. But a 1v2.
Time out.
Tons of players low.
1.5 v2.
Yeah. 1.5 v2. Oh, okay.
V 2.5.
V2.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but the diffusal's got to be there. No, they don't even get a half. They get off way too early. And it leaves that OT there to take for Misfits. There's a possibility here.
Oh
Switching
God.
sides.
This
Overtime.
round, that round
We
was
know what
so
we're doing.
sick.
Trust
Okay,
each
we
other
saw
and
everything on the
keep
lockdown. What you might have missed is on the back pedal from that lockdown as we watch this replay, as Edith and Tasty were backpedaling away from that lockdown at C for the fake. Edith threw the grenade over the wall to destroy the lockdown, to make it look like the team was still wanting to go C. So they bought even more time on the rotation from Evil Geniuses to get to A.
Yeah.
Absolute 15 million head. That was such a good play. Oh my gosh. The little things Misfits used in these last few rounds to come back for the OT. And the timeout's going to happen right off the bat. Oh, they got to be. I think that's a little bit of, all right, keep this energy, but don't go wild. Like, right, take a breath. Calm down, because they must be so hyped right now.
I mean, they've saved their lives.
Yeah.
In the beginning, right? We talked a bit about Haven, that being the second map. Like, if they can honestly run away with this, I genuinely think Misfits, in their minds right now, are thinking, we could win Haven. And we could take this whole series away from EG in 2-0.
Oh my God. All right, we switch it up. Misfits back on defense. It's been a while. EG back on attack. Let's see how they're feeling now. As we switch things up and even up the money here for our first round of OT. It's our first map, too. We got Haven next, which is going to be another 3 maps of a chess game for these teams to try and trick each other here. They've been doing it so much already. We'll see what this attack looks like here. EG is going to set up to play a little towards mid. It's usually been this flash up. I think it's going to be a Trailblazer this time.
Scout destroyed.
Just making sure nobody's getting in that door area to do anything funky here on OT. And they'll leave Power Pixel to lurk. I wonder if Misfits plays that just, we're staying all the way back defense, though. It looks like it.
Yeah, more so. You've been seeing Panda kind of sitting in the same site. Round after round. Coverage now kind of being given away, but, you know, no execution left from EG. I feel like here it might actually work out for the better, though. No Trailblazer finding out Keency. That's going to hurt.
Is that like 35? Where is she? Yep. A little bit. We go towards C. This has been a jump from Carly. Ever since Carly went down that one time at box, never a full peak, never holding spot, always moving, staying safe, and allowing the team to get there. And they're going to play their life again. Allowing C open, but the
30
retake.
seconds left.
Again, for Misfits. Can they do it after an entire half?
Yeah, big forgiveness there from Racy still getting themselves out of the molly.
3-door?
No, that's gotta be risky. They don't know. They leave the smoke up so they can avoid the angle, but they don't even watch it. EG give themselves some leeway here. Tasty
player standing.
focused around the back. This might be huge. 8 seconds left till they get that second flash. They could honestly isolate these fights pretty nicely here. But not a lot of time to do so. You see down in mound, there's at least a couple of players there preoccupying the time and faking it out, maybe. They run away with it. The other one left down to it. Still, though, one more flash left available. Mound left to watch, but they don't know what's going on. They're not peeking the angle. Both of them taken down, and a possible next. It might be over. Not a lot of time left. They have to stick it, and they can't do it. It's EG taking in another round.
Switching sides.
What in the world? Tasty has an overdrive. That's ridiculous. Well, it seemed like it was always going to be too difficult. We did not expect that. Overtime blood is flowing, Gompers. And that just pulling Tasty out of the air with a few quick Vandal shots. We go to our next round of OT, 13 to 12 in favor of EG. They're on game point here for this first map of the series. And they're going to be pushing towards A. EG want an aggressive defense. I think they only have W keys on their keyboard for this round.
Okay, I like this though, trying something new. They're not too aggressive though, so they definitely keep some of that patience there. And discipline. Edith does not care. Despite the mollies there, they know this is where Power Pixel might be standing. Oh yeah, they see the util coming out.
Spike planted.
Quick plants for mound, and they should be safe. Misfits actually switched up their entry on this. You saw the mollies were both placed at top. That's where Edith has been jumping, but Edith went straight through this time. Did not jump up, so those mollies did not do as much damage as EG would have wanted. Here's the defense.
Work out the way that they thought they would. Power Pixel. EG doesn't know. Edith on the run coming up, and this might be the reason why EG could run away with this. The Fusel coming through. They're still watching and making sure this team can continue the stride. But EG once more keeping this classic in hand. They cannot get the defusal. Unfortunate, but a great try coming through from EG.
See, 2 rounds in a row we take overtime to C. A map that was dominated by A and B throughout. And it looks like the teams continue to bring themselves there. Let's see if it happens again. All right. Regular buys all around. No glass cannon's going to happen just yet. Yeah. We don't really have too much of an orb focus going on. It's more of a frag and team focus that we have coming in for this. Oh, I love that. Hits both sides, but hidden a little bit at Shin. Shin height. Very cute nade. Push towards mid. There's that kind of default guiding light we saw. Lori actually threw a Trailblazer last time for OT. So they're playing more of this bat composition to receive Misfits. Big lurk by Power already. Absolutely dominating space towards A here. Love the way that Pixel plays like fearless in these situations.
Yeah, but looking for both these teams just desperate for a victory at this point, which I can't necessarily blame them. Util from Panday. That's proven to be like a really, really good stall. On the A site, holding the angles as well, and now reinforcements starting to come along. Eat it. It'll be super dangerous. She'll not place down, so saving some time there for Misfit.
Just a few more steps for Power to get out. Oh no, she goes in. She goes in.
They don't even know. Would have been a collateral. Not working out for the better though. Keen see. Oh, this is perfect. They've lined up. They were there. Again, take away. Attention is now starting to come down towards the inside of this tube. Starbound. Oh, keeping it together. This is perfect. Play for time, but they don't do so. Misfits the first time we've been able to see them take this defense in stride.
Oh, the folly fixed. A quick flat. Tasty was like, oh no, I can't see. The goggles, they do nothing.
Switching sides. Match point.
A win there coming in from Slandy. Like we said, always good for a few, and that was going to be a really, really big one.
Enemy remaining.
Tasty drops in, and Slandy is able to clean it up. All right, the retakes We know they're good. They still are for Misfits. On to the attack now. Maybe they just plant and run out of the site and retake again once EG's in, huh? Tap head. Who knows? But the raises, we're getting the raise show. Kinsey versus Edith, they're going off right now on these raises, and that's what we wanted to get out of them.
Yeah, Kinsey has been, again, like even last series, like just an absolutely insane Jet player. I am liking the performance that I'm seeing out of Raze, and Kinsey isn't even on like that comfort pick, I guess you could say, as Jet is kind of the favorite leading up to EG. So, you know, definitely holding on with everything they have. Misfits putting up like a hell of a fight, though.
Yeah, they are underdog. Like I said, underdogs, huh? Like they're doing themselves a lot of justice here, and I don't know if you can call them underdogs for too much longer if they keep putting up performances like this and stressing out a lot of the teams that are expected to go incredibly far in the tournament. Looking at a game point here for Lotus, and it is the pick of Misfits, so it'll be really good to grab it. You were saying on the desk, they grab this one, might have EG in a good position for that 2-0. And Ascent going to be a brawl as well if we get there, since the map is so close and this requires you to have teamwork. Here to the door. Power just ready, holding that Odin. I love the way an agent looks. Slow in. Full retake on B. Look at the extremities being played by evil geniuses here. Fine, take B. We'll drop everything we have on you in sight, and a paranoia right across it when we dive back in. So, orb grab. Tick. Panday. They have a minute to go back and forth here. They get another one. Panday plants. They have lockdown. They buy themselves more time. The delay over here from Carly is really nice. They throw the smoke that would normally be used for that aggression towards A, and they're getting the Odin. Panday grabs orb and they go. As soon as the sound. Bling. Then go.
Respectable that they still keep this. I think here they know that it really is fight. No flight.
Glory.
Not finding another one, but Kinsey was still trying their absolute best. Reinforcements coming in a bit too late, but it's up to Glory to keep this one in. Looking for the 4K. They can still keep this one. 14 seconds left, and it's a beautiful shot from Lori. An ace.
Lori always on the stage, shining in the light. You gotta be kidding. An ace from the same pillar, right? Dancing around the same pillar in C. You don't need to say anything. Watch it. And then you saw the mouse celebration. Yeah, I did that. Also, using the best knife. Gotta say, Sovereign Sword. I guess knife. Here we go. To B. Ooh, cascade forward. They're finally realizing that this little temptation for a fight at B could be paying off. Oh, this is scary.
They want to so bad, you could tell. They feel like this could be it in mid.
Too much
Misfits.
risk.
Yeah.
Too much risk. No, both teams have tasted game point here, back and forth. You don't. You're like, no more risk. No more risk. Oh, this push though, tasty. And the peak still from Carly to not give away Tasty's position. This is normal, right? If EG turns the corner and they see Carly jumping, that's exactly what they've seen every other round. They don't know Tasty's here. It's a one and done position, but it might be a bit more if they can discipline.
Oh no, this is not good. No. They're still wrapped around the back. 2K there from Tasty, and a flash still to make it happen. But they can't get that third. They can't connect to it. Paranoia already being pushed out so they can plant the spike, but a fake. They're playing around with the emotions here. Needed something off. They could still find it. Everybody somehow finding these back shots.
Hold the turn.
Remaining.
Other one's still left. 1v1. Oh no, the tension is running high though. Find the fight. They know if you're EG. Oh man.
Switching sides.
What a round, Tasty, right there. Not sure how Thea turned that. That was incredible. I think it might actually just went towards the right, but the patience, the plays, and that turn from Panday, I thought actually was going to solidify them the round, but Power Pixel on the read has been so good. Switching back and forth from the various weapons this game just to make it work for the squad. Back to the Odin again, 26 and 16 for your controllers. Don't worry about it. Everybody playing well this game and getting their kills. Fast would say. We're going to give these to Edith.
Oh! That's actually a good array of damage.
Scout destroyed.
Yeah. Oh my god, Carly.
So, actually so close.
Oh, the chances that they're getting right now to work out are so good. And they know the door's open. Ooh, that was close. They're healed up, but it's going to be a tough one now. Armor's gone here, Gompers. This could be exactly what EG needed to wear away at Misfits to get the final point.
I believe they've actually wasted like a lot of heal too. So there's a lot of potential to try to bring that heal back. Tasty goes down as well, so Initiator no longer EG on a run right now for that victory. Not wanting to take things down even further into that OT. We have finished things off with a victory. Coming through 16 to 14. Finally, EG were fighting for their lives there.
Wow. What a back and forth from these two teams. And I feel like the middle of this, once we got the second half, both of the halves, the way the teams read each other, how they tried to play off each other's consistencies, what they were conditioning each other to, the A plays that EG was making to then kind of rotate to C, alting at C to play at A. We didn't get it all this game, but we got a whole kit and caboodle. We got the whole smorgasbord. Everything was there. Besides that, but yeah, I loved it. Could have used like 4 more rounds of OT if we're really being honest. But Misfits are really showing up right now. They had so many good retakes on this. I think OT got them messed up back and forth when EG just started going hard. It's not something EG did all game, and they were able to use that speed to capitalize on the victory.
Yeah, but well-deserved victory. I mean, going down OT multiple times just to run away with it. That has to have so much tension. But, I mean, they know how it feels like to continue that OT. So, hopefully, we go down to Haven and one of these teams run away with a flawless victory. We'll have to see when we get back right after this break.
Have you ever asked yourself after a bad game, what am I missing? Or sought help from impatient friends? Or browsed desperately for answers that only bring up more questions? Your self-doubting days are over with Discovery, the first game-focused AI. Discovery is trained on the world's leading esports athletes to be your everyday personal coach. That's right, Discovery can help you improve your gameplay by giving you tips and strategies to take your game to the next level. Get started at aimlabs.com/discovery.
Red Bull gives you wings.